Welcome to the U.S. Military Test Prep channel by Study.com. My name is Corey. I'm a Seaburn Specialist in the U.S. Army Reserve and an ASVAB Test Prep expert. On this channel, I will walk you through everything you need to know to pursue a career in the military. My job is to provide you with expert tips, insider advice, and top-notch study materials to boost both your confidence and your results come test day. In today's video, I'm going to cover a key step for anyone looking to enlist and walk you through everything that you need to know about the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, or ASVAB for short. Today's focus is on the Mechanical Comprehension Subtest. Let's get started. The ASVAB Mechanical Comprehension Subtest measures one's knowledge of mechanical and physical properties. This fits under the science and technical domain of ASVAB. The Mechanical Comprehension Subtest is the 8th subtest to be taken in the ASVAB overall test. This subtest covers basic physics principles, basic mechanics, inclined planes, common compound machines, and common machine elements. Be sure to practice in these areas before test day. When it comes to the subtest format, you can either take the Computer Adaptive Test, or CAT-ASVAB, or you can take the Paper and Pencil, or P&P-ASVAB. If you choose to take the computerized option, you will have 22 minutes to answer 15 questions. This means that you will have about 1 minute and 28 seconds per question. This is an adaptive subtest, which means the test adapts to your ability level. You are allowed to complete the CAT-ASVAB at your own pace. That is, when you complete a test in the battery, you can immediately move on to the next section without waiting for everyone else to move on. This can result in your test taking time being far shorter compared to other test takers. About 70% of test takers choose the computerized version, which takes only about half the time to complete on average. However, you are not able to review or change your answers once you have submitted an answer on the CAT-ASVAB, so be certain of your choice. On the other hand, the paper and pencil option is different as everyone takes the same set of questions at the same pace. This is the traditional way of taking the subtest. For the P&P-ASVAB, you will have 19 minutes to complete 25 questions. This means you will have about 48 seconds per question. In this test format, you can check your work for the current section you are working on. However, you can't go back to previously completed sections, nor can you move forward to a new section unless directed to do so by your instructor. In either case, be sure to use your time wisely. Always leave time at the end to check over your work to ensure you are submitting your best work possible. This video focuses on the Mechanical Comprehension subtest of the ASVAB exam. In this subtest, you are expected to demonstrate your understanding of various mathematical notions and problem-solving skills that can be difficult for some test takers. This video offers specific strategies to help viewers improve in a section that is critical to their overall ASVAB score. To start, it is important to research the types of questions you'll be asked, learn how this test will be administered, and finally, understand how you'll be scored. The number of questions on the ASVAB depends on whether you take the paper and pencil version or the computerized version of the test. If you're taking the P&P-ASVAB and you find yourself stuck on a question, there's really no penalty for guessing. If you run out of time, make an educated guess and fill in all the blank questions. However, if you are taking the CAT-ASVAB, try to read and answer the questions genuinely rather than filling in random guesses for the remaining items. There's a sizable penalty when several incorrect answers are provided in a row. Let's take a look at a practice problem now to give you a preview of what to expect. Thanks for sticking with me, recruits. As you get ready to take the ASVAB test, you'll need to spend time preparing through studying. Find a secluded place to study with no distractions. Collect the tools and materials you need, and organize a solid study schedule for yourself. For additional preparation, work with other candidates to discuss challenging topics and content, as well as quiz each other on your individual understanding of the content. Remember, the higher your ASVAB score, the more job options you have for your military career, including an array of special pay and bonuses. In addition to how to prepare, the best way to study for the ASVAB is to first recognize your strengths and weaknesses. Start by taking a practice test to set a baseline score and understand the sections of the test that might be difficult for you. Once you figure this out, you will be able to identify where you are confident and where you are lacking. You can then practice by mirroring exam conditions in a simulation, setting a timer with the correct amount of time for the number of questions given for this subtest. You're probably asking yourself, where do I start when it comes to study material and practice tests? Well, Study.com will create a personalized study plan just for you. Taking a practice test on a site like Study.com can spot what you know and what you don't. If you're using other materials, you may need to put your own study plan together. With Study.com, you have a variety of resources to choose from. Watch lessons to review material you are shaky on. If you feel confident about a topic, complete the practice questions that are given to you. If you notice you are struggling with the information, go back and review a lesson to make sure you know the material. Consider using Study.com's ASVAB Practice and Study Guide to prepare you for your Mechanical Comprehension subtest. The study guide takes you through the main lessons in mechanical comprehension: work, energy, and power in physics and mechanical motion. In each of these chapters, chapters, Study.com provides specific lessons that help break down those areas, supplying detailed videos, comprehensive content, and practice quizzes. Make the most of your studying with Study.com. Along with this fantastic resource, feel free to customize your own learning style. Learning is not a one-size-fits-all, as not all of these tips will work for everyone. Decide what makes sense for you and embrace it. Remember, practice makes progress. This wraps up today's episode of U.S. Military Test Prep. Give us a thumbs up if you're feeling more prepared, leave us a comment with any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, and make sure you're subscribed for more U.S. Military Test Prep content. Stand by, stay frosty. I'll see you in the next one.